Man. Friendship is Magic. It's just one of those shows, you know. In my opinion, it's one of the best kid shows, if not TV shows in general, that have come out for a really long time to really capture my interest with its characters, its stories, its universe in general, just all fantastic. But even then, there are times where I just feel like certain plot threads and certain episodes I've seen as a kid before, and it kind of distracts me a little, like using ones for their own personal gain. That wasn't fun to look back on. Being embarrassed by your family members as well. I mean, we all feel that way, but it's like, nothing you guys. And overcoming bullies. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been a staple since the dawn of time, but like, I don't know. If only there are episodes that hadn't need to use strictly on those after-school special messages. Otherwise, we'd have no problem, but this is still a show for kids, and we need to, do these lessons, even though we are using them differently, in a different twist. They're still there, in a sense. And with today's episode, that doesn't come across any more further than, the one where one person saved another person, while the latter is so grateful about the former saving his or her life, so that way they have to help them out with it where they can, even if it doesn't help. Having fun yet? But despite that trope being used, I don't know, 10,000 times whenever I viewed it, I think now is the better time to do that. Take it to its advantage. Use it to pair up the two characters that the fans have wanted to see for 3 seasons. Yes, you know who I'm talking about with this pairing. Oh, Spike has had his eyes on this particular pony for many, many episodes, and now I think the time has come for Spike to finally develop his relationship with this pony further. Yes. Applejack!
What the?
Yeah, cause Applejack and Spike, they've been friends forever! They've always been going out digging up apples and polishing each other's buckets, so what better time to exploit that relationship now? So, Spike at your service, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give this episode a watch and see if it's gonna be either as good or as bad as its counterparts before, but I'll enjoy it either way because it's got the characters I love, and I know they won't do anything to harm all that abadabada. All the coffee all of a sudden.
Sweet tooth time!
Today's episode starts with Twilight being a complete egghead and gives Spike the day off because of it. Why this is different from any other day, I haven't a clue. Maybe they're books of a special kind. Weapons. They're special. Really? So Spike uses this opportunity to do nothing special. Sounds like a normal day for me. That is, until he accidentally sets off a hot air balloon. Twilight's hot air balloon. Is this a way for her to pay the bills? And ends up in, as Spike gladly puts it,
if I didn't know better, I would swear that I was in the middle of the dark and scary Everfree forest.
I'm scary. Boo. Well, actually, something scary does appear this time. The leftover animation of Stormhawk's It would seem the end for our comic foil until...
Come and get me, you big goons!
It's Applejack! She defeats the CGI distractions. I know they're called Timberwolves, but look at them. And, of course, this leads to the plot thread where Spike, the easily timid one, is saved by Applejack, the older and braver one. And then all sorts of shenanigans happen where the former's constant quote-unquote services would be a nuisance for the latter.
Great! What should I do? Toys! Oops. Sorry, Applejack.
He even brings out the dragon code thing that was in the Dragon Quest episode. Maybe. And states that he is to serve Applejack for the rest of his days. Or until Applejack croaks herself, I mean. Did you not read that one fanfiction that made every girl cry? Meanwhile, in Twilight Land... Your first ever friend, gone forever, Twilight. And all you care about is griffins. Irony.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have some pony forever in my debt.
Yes, Rarity. I'm sure you would love to have Spike as your servant. In the original script? Yes, right. Supposed to pull the lad. Well, it would be one thing if Applejack had to suffer the noble dragon's honor alone. But then again, we wouldn't have Andrea Lindman for literal credit. Let's repay the favor. In kind. Meanwhile, in Twilight Land... Oh, Twilight. All this mayhem being had. And here she is, reading about Griffinstone. You book-loving twonk!
Ah! Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's okay. I need to take a break anyway.
After 3 straight days of reading, I don't blame you or your oversized bladder.
What?
He said he told you all about it. I'm guessing maybe you were a little distracted when he told you.
Maybe a little.
Well, despite the overbearing of the situation and Twilight's ignorance, Applejack is at least not visually angry or wants Spike banished or dead or whatever because of all this. She does make a fake Timberwolf for Spike to rescue her from. Sure, that at least isn't new.
Oh no! I seem to have got my hoof caught in between 2 rocks. I cannot run away. I am a damsel in distress. Help me, Spike!
Wait a minute. You got the clomping of his claws. The roar was spot on. And the detail on his face is pretty good. But you forgot one thing.
There isn't any hint of a CG layout on it. Send in the Energon crew. Oh, thank equestrian gods, this situation felt naked for a sec. But it all plays out just like it was staged, as Applejack is stuck for reals, and Spike must face a giant Timberwolf that is not CGI'd! This is madness, anarchy, chaos even! Wow, chaos not Discord around. Who would have thunk it?
Would you just forget your dragon coat already and go?
No! I have to save you!
So, smashing them around didn't kill them, but throwing a tiny pebble into its mouth is the only weakness they have? Well, there's a new move for you for the next Pokemon game, Nintendo! Rock Swallow. It's very effective.
I know this code thing's important to you, but if something like this comes up in the future, think maybe we can go back to my code, say that's what friends do, and leave it at that?
Hey, whatever doesn't relive the same plotline for another 5 or 10 years, I bro-hoof that. Fandom shoulders! So, as it stands, in my opinion, Spike at Your Service isn't technically a bad episode. It's flowing for the most part. The Timberwolves, though I mock it, it's still kind of oppressive, but it's no Hydra. And the moral can help children not to be paranoid for something so simple like helping out a friend. But again, I have seen this plot thread too many times in any other show throughout my life, and it's kind of a distraction at this point, for me at least. Hey, the pairing with Applejack and Spike is rare, I guess, so at least it's something. Not the worst, so take that for what it's worth. But it kind of makes you think at the same time, like, this would have been the perfect episode for Rarity to be in that spot instead of Applejack, so why didn't the filmmakers go ahead with that idea? It would make more sense. Rarity and Spike always hang out together, whether it's romantic or not. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. Well said, young brony. Now polish my hooves, supervise my sweatshop, and bring me the most delicious diamonds that capture the rare beauty that is Rarity. Now I get it, viewers. Now I finally know why they didn't go with that choice. It's because Rarity would have been too mean to poor old Spike. using them overbearingly for her own selfish needs. Sure, you could have got your lesson in there, but Rarity would have just been too selfish and too mean-spirited to go on with this. Good call, Discovery Hub. I see the light. I respect your decision, even if it means that some people are not happy by that choice. Do what you will, Miss Rarity. But at the end of the day, my opinion still stands.
Hey ho, sweetie!
Spike, I'm Applejack's saddle for some reason. What are you doing here?
Why am I here indeed? You saved my life, bro!
Get?
You stood up for what this episode eventually became, and for that, my dragon code bounds me to serve you eternally.
Oh. I did. Hooray.
Rarity, put down that human weapon. You don't want your friends to think any less of you, do ya? What would the children do when they saw what the original episode trapped was left out in the open? Ah! That is an excellent point.
Well done, young Spike. Now I relinquish you of your duties, for I believe that we are even. Thank you for watching today's episode of Explaining His Magic, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you'll take this message of what you will.
Fluttershy, you saved my life! For that, you have my eternal gratitude. I got a bad feeling about this.
Ow, that was really on my throat.